Salutations, my wonderful people, and welcome to another stream of Size Zero. I am G20, as always, and I am joined by my good friends Rai.
Howdy.
And Viggi.
Greetings.
For those that don't know, we are playing a system that we made ourselves, and we're just kind of having fun with it, trying out things and seeing how things go.
You mean made up?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with this. We had a lot of fun last time, and we're gonna continue seeing how this little creation of ours goes. But to remind you all who they're playing, Rai, can you introduce your character once more?
Of course, my lad. My name is Einar Áskell, and I am a garbage truck driver. And my favorite thing to do is tennis. I am the greatest at tennis, but not really great at anything else.
And Viggi?
I am playing Styrmir Jonsson, a bus driver from a not-so-nice neighborhood who usually enjoys a day or two of tennis.
Oh, you just felt dropped out of existence there for a moment. Viggi?
Hello?
Well, it seems like his voice has just disappeared.
Oh my.
Smooth, nice, that's great.
I expect great things in our future.
Viggi, you might want to try to reconnect to the chat.
If you can still hear us.
Yeah. That was amazing. I was like, in the middle of talking, he just drops out.
Try. Doesn't seem like he's online on anything.
Uh-oh, I seem to be having connection issues.
Ah, I hear you now.
Oh, we hear you.
Uh-oh, I'm having some connection issues.
Okay.
Okay.
I couldn't even load the stream. I seem to be back though.
Yeah, you're back now.
There we go. Okay.
I can hear you now. You should probably introduce yourself again, because you dropped out heavily in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Like at the start.
uh,
It's like, my name is this, and boom.
Goddamn. I am playing Styrmir Jonsson, a bus driver from the ghetto, who usually enjoys a day or two hanging out with Einar, playing tennis with him, usually losing, and other times he spends time with his wife and kids.
But not this day, because as for those that watched last time, let's have a little bit of a recap. Last time, after the guys finished playing some tennis, surprise, surprise, they went to a bar named Moe's Bar Grill, and were relaxing there together, kind of after the game, until suddenly everyone just kind of fainted, and when they woke up, they had shrunken down to, or everything has enlarged, and they're now just very small compared to everything else in the world. And they somehow managed to climb all the way up to the countertop of the bar, meeting a man named Jonas Thorsteinsson on the way, who sadly died as they were climbing the up the countertop. Died literally at the last spurt. Couldn't have picked a better moment to die. But he was like, hey, you need to succeed this one thing, and you survive. No, he dies there.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Yeah. They also saw the corpse of the owner of the bar, or at least the barkeeper, Frederick, who sadly drowned or got impaled by some glass in a puddle of lemon water. Putting aside this pretty shitty day, they went to sleep on top of the countertop, having found some napkins to use as a mattress. And that is where we left them off last time. So, both of you start to wake up when a little bit before the sun kind of pierces its way through the windows. It's really dark when you wake up. You summarize that you've probably slept for about 8 hours, probably a little bit more than that. Yesterday was a pretty rough day, so you would not be surprised if you've slept for like at least 8 to maybe 10 hours.
I'm surprised we could sleep at all.
You think that it was mostly the exhaustion of climbing everything and just seeing someone die and like just... You think that the overwhelming like mental exhaustion and your like physical exhaustion kind of helped put you to sleep. Mine, it wasn't easy to fall asleep, but once you did, you slept for a pretty long time. But it's still dark in here. If I remember correctly, the sun was the windows are pointed towards when the sun is setting. Yeah, so you guys can't see, like, there's no sunlight in the bar right now.
My goodness, and here I thought it was just a bad nightmare.
Oh yeah, we should probably remind people when we're talking in a shitty English accent, that's when we're talking in game.
Ah yes, of course. For anyone watching, when you hear a shitty Icelandic accent, good thing I switched. We are talking as our characters. Also, hello, Knight. A buddy of mine just joined.
Oh.
He is not Finnish, in case you're wondering. For he just said a very bad word in Finnish.
Oh, well. But yeah, when we're in game, we talk with a very shitty accent. That's at least when we're talking for characters, at least Icelandic ones.
Yes.
That is very correct.
Indeed, and so far there have only been Icelandic characters.
If there will be people that don't that talk English like properly or not, I'll clarify that at the moment.
Probably smart.
But yeah, you even though you slept, sleeping on a napkin was not the greatest sensation in the world. But you know, it was better than sleeping on top of the countertop. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's good to have something underneath us.
My goodness, Einar. Did you sleep at all?
I just passed out.
Yeah, same here. Yesterday was taxing. If today is in fact tomorrow, this is getting very confusing.
I find it hard for things to get even more confusing, but here we are, sleeping on a probably napkin.
Yeah. We should probably get some breakfast. Those are nuts, right? And
Yeah.
I point up to the bowl we slept under.
Yeah, those are nuts. Yeah, kind of
That's
seeing
nuts.
everything again, you realize that yesterday was definitely not a dream. You were kind of hoping that.
Goddamn nightmare.
Kind of hoping that this had been a dream, but turns out it wasn't.
Yeah.
All right, let's boost me up, will you? I'll get some nuts.
All right. 1, 2.
It's like even when boosting, you need to like really stretch, but you can make it up without like having to struggle at all. You kind of have someone boosting you underneath to like push you up, so you don't struggle and you kind of drop down. Two nuts. You feel like one nut is definitely gonna be enough for one person, if not a little bit too much.
So,
Because these nuts are like.
here
huge.
comes an important fact. What kind of nut is this?
These are like the typical ones you see at bars, the salted nuts.
Do they have their shells on them?
No, these ones have been the shells have been picked off them.
Thank
Phew.
Jesus.
But yeah, they are pretty big. Like holding them, it's like holding a laundry basket, like just under your hands. Like it's pretty big.
All right.
Is there anything like we see we can drink?
There are like bottles and things on the table, and there are also like glasses. You could definitely like not very close to. You could definitely go and get go to a glass somewhere and just kind of push it over to get like water down to spill water. You would have a hard time just climbing into the glass, but you could definitely spill over water and just kind of sip from that as you eat.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Indeed. These, I don't know, but we might dehydrate very badly if we just eat the salty nuts.
Yeah,
If we eat the salty
that is very
nuts.
true, Styrmir. Heave ho! Clink!
And
Breakfast is served.
good thing it's not a shot glass, or the bottom would be way too heavy.
Oh yeah, I was just like one of those pretty like beer glasses that they aren't too hard to push. You just kind of put your grab underneath it and like lift it up a little bit, and it just loses its balance pretty easily. It does break, but it's not like. Wait, I'm gonna roll just a random chance whether or not it's gonna break or not. It's not gonna hurt you guys because it's not like in your way or anything like that.
Very shitty glass if a tilt breaks it.
I mean, it's very unlikely that it's gonna break.
Well, let's see the roll. Or not.
It's just gonna be a. I'm just gonna say that it needs to be a direct like a 10. Oh, I rolled a 9. It was so close. Because glasses don't have any stats.
I mean,
But yeah, it doesn't break. It just falls down and like spills.
whew.
And you kind of sit down next to this puddle of water. Just it's pretty big, even like because the glass was like half full. And that's pretty like that's a lot of water to drink. You would not have to worry about water, at least if you'd stay there. You could probably drink this for like a few days.
Whew, all that talk of water made me super thirsty. Cheers.
The only thing he drank yesterday was like some beer, so you know.
Yeah, man, we should be super dehydrated.
Yeah, you've been pretty thirsty. Like you woke up really thirsty, and eating salted nuts was not gonna help.
Oh. Start hallucinating soon.
As if we haven't been hallucinating right now. Oh no.
But yeah, you do struggle to see though a little bit. Because it's pretty dark. The only light you're actually getting is like a little bit of light that peers through the windows, like from reflecting of the snow outside and everything.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's not that. Otherwise, it's pretty.
Let's see what the view looks like. Yes.
Yes. Maybe someone else found their way out here. They must have journeyed far and wide.
I feel sorry for those two at the back playing the pool.
Yeah. They'll be here in 3 days' time, maybe. All right, let's roll to look around, or do we have to roll?
There's nobody up there, so if you want to try to see anything down below, you're gonna have to roll because it's really dark. I'm gonna say difficulty 3.
Oh, damn. So that needs
2d6, 2d10s.
Yes. So I need a. Oh boy, I need to roll a 6 on both of these.
Screwed.
You have eye power, right?
I do have eye power, but that's, gonna help, but I'm still screwed.
I will roll against awareness because awareness is
I make the hell was that?
That was my phone. That was a lot louder than I thought it was gonna be.
Wow. I needed a 6 on both. I rolled a 2 and a 3. We don't see.
Jesus Christ,
nothing.
I made it.
Holy crap.
Oh wow, you made it?
Yeah. I failed horribly.
I rolled a 7 and an 8.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So looking
and I needed a 7.
So looking around, you kind of try to get a clear view of like the bar. The bar isn't very big, but like it's still pretty big compared to how you are now. And like you can mostly see what's in front of you. You can see the door, like where you enter, pretty far off. You feel like it would probably take at least a day, maybe a day and a half to get there. Especially if you have to climb down. But you also notice that there are like very, very, with a lot of difficulty, you can see like the shapes of people, maybe people, down below towards one of the like the booths where people can sit down.
All right.
And you can also see there are a few more like shapes further down into the bar, which goes like past the corner into more sitting area, like booth areas. But you can't be sure whether or not it's like just people or something else lying on the floor. Yeah. But you're gonna get you kind of can guess that the closer one that's much closer to you is like that could be people.
Okay.
I can't see anything.
You'd definitely be able to tell a lot better if it wasn't dark.
I am not sure, but I think over there, by that booth over there, there are people.
Where? As I squint.
It is very hard to say. They could also just be some random knickknacks on the floor.
I really don't want to go back down on a maybe.
Me neither. We should probably see what was the bartender's name again?
Frederick.
Ah, yes. What Frederick was keeping on the table. And toss it down with us so we have some supplies.
Oof. I don't know if we can push that bowl or not.
You could not. You could definitely not push the entire bowl, but you could go and just like when you went to get some food. You could just like drop one down at a time and just push them down.
Let's spread some supplies around. And I'm gonna loop back up to the nut bowl
Heave
and
up.
start handing them down, and we can.
So you start handing down nuts. You realize that you probably don't want to empty the bowl, at least currently, because it's pretty slippery in the bowl. It's like one of those glass bowls, and you would have a pretty difficult time climbing out of it if you take all of the nuts out.
But we could put a napkin so he would have something to climb on out of the bowl.
Yeah, you could definitely you could also just rip something off rip a little bit off the napkin and just make a makeshift rope out of it. I mean,
yeah.
Perfect. We do so, and we stack them out of the bowl. So we should probably let's throw some down on each side and have them ready in case we go back down.
But before we do that, I think what else is on the table?
Yeah. What we look around the table. What else?
So
the countertop. What do we see?
You got about all of those nuts you got. There was about 23 nuts in the bowl.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot of nuts.
Is it though?
I mean,
Not for you guys. Yes, it is right now. But when you're normal sized, no.
perspective, Rai. Perspective.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Around on the table, you can see there are glasses with various amounts of liquids in them, and beer bottles and stuff like that. You also see that there are a few dishes that have unfinished meals on them. You think that eating the nuts was definitely the at least safer choice.
Well, considering how disgusting they might be, but probably not as bad as the food.
Yeah. Also, you can also find there is a wallet on the table, pretty far away. And
What are we gonna do with the wallet?
and then there are straws and things like that, that have been in a glass that you put all the straws in, and then there are a few straws lying about next to it.
We could use a straw.
How so?
Are there shelves anywhere?
Shelves?
Yes.
If you go all the way to the other end, you could definitely get to the shelves where he keeps some of the booze.
We could use the straw as a ladder.
I suppose so.
Also, if we need to go back down again, we can use it to hook onto things.
That's true.
We are very light now.
Out of character, how a straw would not be heavy for us, would it?
It would not be heavy, but it would be pretty difficult for you to move unless you would have at least two people.
Yeah.
Because it's mostly the size of it.
Nice.
The size of the straw is it's like looking at a log of a tree, like a full on log, and you're like, whoa, that's a pretty big log. Except it doesn't have the weight of log.
Yeah. It is very hollow.
Yes.
Also,
could definitely
we can use the straw to get more to drink out of glasses without. And I point towards the tipped over glass.
Good point.
You can. You would also just one person could definitely pull a straw, but it would be pretty. It would not be easy, because it's though it's not heavy. When you're just pulling this from one end, it's still gonna be pretty hard to maneuver and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Basically, just two people make it wieldy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's grab at least 2.
Okay. Do we see anything, in the shelves that could be anything?
So, are you gonna push the nuts down first, and leave some on top, or are you gonna push it down all the nuts and then start to work your way down?
Leave some up here, push a few on each side.
So leave like 4 nuts on the countertop?
Yeah, and just throw them about randomly in case we go somewhere. Although,
9 towards where we came from and 10 out the other way?
yeah, and then leave 4 there.
So 9 behind the countertop and 10 in front.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Just a friendly reminder, guys. They just opened the tax returns, and I just did mine.
Oh.
So check your mail. You probably got one from Ríkisskattstjóranum.
Mine probably went to the wrong house because I just moved.
No. Email.
Ah, I'll check that later.
Yeah. I just finished mine in like a minute. So let's keep going.
So yeah, you were asking me a question. You were just dropping nuts.
Yes, of course. As you do.
Look at these nuts!
So you went all the way. Then after dropping some nuts, leaving 4 of them on the countertop so that you could at least eat dinner and maybe breakfast if you're gonna stay here one more time. You go all the way to the other end where you, and like halfway there, you like 2/3 of the way there, you find the straws. About 5 of the straws are not in the like in the glass with all the straws in them, and you could definitely pull a few of those.
Lucky break.
Uh-huh. So, do we walk past that wallet you mentioned?
Yes, you do.
I'm just out of curiosity. I'm going to check to see if there is a card in there with the name on it, just to satisfy curiosity as to who owns it.
All right. So when you do that, it turns out that this is the wallet of the man that you met yesterday and fell down. You can see that in the wallet there's when you kind of struggle to open the wallet, but both of you manage, and you see a driver's license with the name of Jonas Thorsteinsson on it.
This is a grim reminder.
Rest in peace, young one.
That's what happens when you're curious. You get some grim reminders.
Indeed.
But yes, you. Otherwise, in the wallet there aren't a lot of things, but there's like a few.
The only thing that I really check out is to see if he actually has a motorcycle license. A permission to drive a motorcycle.
No, he does not.
I knew it. I knew he was just showing off, not to speak ill of the dead.
That scoundrel.
Other than that, he has like just his a few bills in there, the driver's license, and 3 cards. One of them is just like one of those shitty membership cards for like this thing that he goes like, this is definitely great, but nobody else wants to go there.
Actually, I was about to say that he probably had like a card in the world class or something, but then I remember they don't use cards anymore.
He has like the very old card. Like,
oh damn! Like
he still
expired years ago.
Yeah, it expired like 5 years ago. He just never took it out of his wallet.
All right, we
10,000 years!
God damn it. It's been 84 years.
Oh boy!
I actually forget what the Titanic quote is, but moving on. We leave the wallet be.
Yeah. Just so you know, Vicky, I made you a mod since you're since you're in the chat and looking at
noticed. Yes. I shall abuse my power to the nth degree.
it. So you kind of leave the wallet be and continue towards the straws. And are you gonna take any of the straws with you?
We take one.
So you're gonna take one each, or
yeah. So it's one for him, one for me.
yeah, it does slow you down quite a bit, but you manage to pull it. And like by the time you reach the end of the counter, you start seeing a little bit of sunlight peering through the window. Like at least it's getting brighter in there. It's not you think it's just the reflection in the sun. Like the sun is probably rising a bit higher, so the reflection in the snow and everything like that is just actually making everything brighter.
I would like to check back on that booth table.
Okay.
See if...
You can roll now with just the difficulty of 1. Since you know where you're looking,
Yeah.
let's make it just a difficulty 2. So you just roll 1 die. And I'm gonna give you the feeling lucky, so you should get an extra die on it.
I fail.
No, you get to roll twice, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Did you fail both?
Yeah.
I rolled 3 twice.
Oh, sweet! You don't see them there anymore. You don't see the shape, so you, like, if it was... You kind of start leaning toward it being people, probably? But,
Must have been the wind.
yeah, but they definitely moved. And you're, like, looking at an entirely wrong spot.
I do not see the shapes again. Maybe they really were people.
I do wonder.
What do you wonder?
Who stopped the rain? No.
Jesus.
They must have left then. Well,
Yes.
just when he says that he can't see them, I'm guessing I can roll the same.
Yeah, you can. However, you don't get any feeling lucky or anything like that.
Fair enough, and I just need a 6.
Because you failed last time and you don't know where they were.
Do I want to spend luck point? Yeah, sure. I've got plenty.
So you're gonna spend luck, you say? And you're gonna roll again? Did he drop out of existence again?
God dang it.
Of course he did.
Oh.
While that is happening, let's just check what you're gonna do with the with the straws, because you're now like at the end where the counter ends up against the wall, and there are shelves that start like almost at the edge of the counter, like behind the counter. Like you could technically see him jump, but it'd be a pretty dangerous jump.
Is there anything on the shelves?
And not there.
Any on the higher shelves?
Yeah, on the higher shelves there's stuff. You think the lower shelf is just empty because, you know, it's kind of in reach if people want to actually get something. Like, on the other one, you have to literally reach up to get it. But on the lower one, you could be sitting and just kind of get one.
Yeah.
So it'd be easier to steal. It's harder to notice if somebody would attempt to steal beer from there. Or alcohol, basically.
And so he has left.
Okay,
He's probably restarting his computer or something.
Yeah. Probably. Oh, he's writing something. He blue screened. will be joining us shortly.
Can't make this stuff up, folks.
That's great. But yes, that's how that's how things are looking. You could easily get, like, you could make a jump. It would be a pretty risky jump.
Nah, I'm not gonna take any risks.
To give you some perspective, you do technically see fit into the straws.
Yeah. That's how I was gonna use them as ladders.
Yeah.
So one would just prop it up, and the other one would crawl through.
Yeah.
Now I'd like to see if the bend can carry our weight.
Okay.
So it just like prop the straw on something that's not too big, and then one of us holds it, and the other one like crawls through, and see if it like drops down in the bend.
So, being as light as you are, wind would definitely blow you away. And you do feel that the straw kind of gives a little bit, but not, like, your weight is not heavy enough, at least when you're in the longest, like, in the long part. It doesn't give.
I mean, like, when we get to the bend itself.
Yeah, when you get to the bend, you feel it go down a little bit. And it, like, when you go, continue through, it doesn't adjust itself again. So you think, like, you're just heavy enough to, basically, if you're in the bend itself, it will give a little bit. So you definitely couldn't go through it, like, a bunch of times without it at some point falling.
Okay. But yeah, we could just readjust it and then do it again.
You're not heavy enough to make it just drop immediately, but, like, with time it will drop.
Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
If I extend the straw up, can we easily get to the shelves?
If you extend the straw up, you could, like, you can get to the shelf pretty easily. Like,
Okay.
It's not that, it's, like, almost in the same height as the bar itself, so it's pretty easy to make the jump.
Yeah. I think, honestly, we should. Now that we've, like, seen where people might be, I think we should just start, calling out to them and stuff like that. But I'd need Styrmir's opinion on that.
Yeah.
Because going higher is not a smart idea.
So, yeah, if you want to go, like, higher, you'd have to, like, if you want to go to the one higher above, you'd have to connect, like, a few of the straws together. And that would definitely make it a little bit more...
dangerous.
Yeah, it would be a lot more dangerous trying to climb up that. You have no way of basically getting to all the way, like, around the counter, like, into the shelves at the other side. At least no safe way of getting there. You feel like you could jump, like, between and then jump again to get further, but again, the jumps are very risky, to say the least.
The pile of napkins.
Yeah.
I would like to start to make, like, rope out of them.
Okay, so,
like, just tearing off a strip, like, rolling it up, and then tearing off another strip and just combining it.
So what I want you to do is I want you to roll brains to see how well you're gonna do it. And I'm gonna say, basically, you're basically ripping and kind of weaving them together to make them a bit stronger, to get like a proper rope. This is just gonna say how well you do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's like, if you want to get a proper rope out of these, it's gonna be a difficulty 3. But succeeding ones will make it, like,
We'll make it into a rope.
Yeah. Like you would still be able to use it without technically succeeding, but it's gonna be a lot weaker and a lot less stress. And can't handle nearly as much stress.
Yeah.
So roll for me 2 d10s.
Fail, and I make it. Oh my god! I did not expect.
Oh, so
me to make it.
it's
Because I have 1 in brains.
so it's pretty shoddily made. It's not great how you make it, but it's gonna work.
It works.
Okay. Am I back?
Yes,
Hey.
you are. Welcome back, Styrmer Jonsson.
It looks like some shoddy rope, like
I
you know
have
when you
made-
you've seen the ropes that like people have used and it's like really used. It kind of looks like one of those, just made out of paper.
Are you there?
I keep cutting in and out. What the hell?
That's good.
Perfect.
It means
Good
you're
idea.
here. So while you were gone, I I just wanted to know what was on the top shelves, and nothing important. So let's not go higher up.
Fair enough.
And then I've been making tissue rope.
Huh.
And he succeeded actually with his brain of 1.
Nice.
I mean, I sort of succeeded, not really though.
he made a shitty rope, but it's a rope nonetheless.
Yeah.
Ah.
So I was thinking if we could, tie this for a really long rope and make a rope down off the table.
How long do you want the rope to be? You can choose,
Off the table.
since you're just making one roll for the entirety of it.
To the ground.
Okay, it's gonna take you a long time to do that. And I'm guessing
Not like we have anything else to do.
so actually because I'm gonna say that Stidimir was definitely helping you through that. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that on the you can have a feeling lucky on one of those rolls.
Why wouldn't Styrmer just roll?
I mean,
He's so much smarter than me.
I mean, since
Only
you
by 1.
hey you started it, so you're gonna finish it.
Yeah, I only have a brains of 2.
Yeah, that doubles your chances. And I rolled 2. That's fuck. It remains the same, but it is longer.
Yeah. So basically, you just make a decent rope out of it. It's nothing amazing, but it's gonna work. You want it to go all the way down, you say?
Yes.
Okay. So by the time we're finishing this, like you can see that you can see like a little bit where the sun is, and it's like setting behind the window. You got full light into the room.
Yeah.
You use the time to like if you wanted to use the time to like check on something, you can. Because it's not going to take you any more time if you just want to stand up, kind of go to the edge and look over, and then go back to your work. But otherwise, you just continue your work, and you end up making a rope which you think reaches all the way down. You used all of the napkin basically.
Okay.
Bloody hell, my internet is just not cooperating tonight.
Do you hear us?
I can hear you guys now, but I couldn't for the longest time.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Did you hear my plan with the tissues?
I've been able to piece together that you want to make a bunch of rope to get us down.
Yes. Do you agree with said plan?
I agree with said plan because I don't have a better plan.
Perfect.
Yes.
This is the start of a perfect plan. No other plans available. Let's do it.
Indeed. When there's no plan B, plan A can't possibly fail.
Exactly.
Alrighty.
So, are you guys going to attempt to sleep, or are you guys going to attempt to climb down before?
I mean, it can't be that long. Let's just go down. We have enough time on our hands.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's gonna take a while to slide down.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna take that long.
Yeah, we tie it to something, that can.
You can easily tie it to the because you're close to the where you pour the beer. You can easily tie it around that.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so you're gonna have
We
to.
should probably take some water with us.
Can we?
Yeah, we can. It's called spilling it on the floor.
Yeah. Can't say I agree, but everything is weird, so.
Yeah, I know.
Floor water.
It's better than no water.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Someone else could get to it before we do.
Yeah, exactly.
so you're gonna push down a few bottles and stuff to pour down water on the floor.
Well, we're not gonna throw the entire bottle on the floor. That would definitely leave glass shards in our drinks everywhere.
Yeah.
We don't want the lemonade incident to happen again.
No.
However, we can pour it onto the table and then onto the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, as everybody knows, when you spill a glass on the table, it immediately seeks to go to the floor. It does not stay on the table at all.
Nope.
It gets everywhere.
It's the worst.
Which is a terrible thing. However, we will now use that to our advantage.
Aha. Take that, physics.
Yeah.
Physics is a great thing, especially
Indeed.
when you're gonna ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
We meet again, my arch nemesis.
So you're going to push down you're going to push down a few glasses and try to make it not spill down, like not fall down on the floor.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to let you guys choose which one of you does the will roll the because you're going to need to be a two-man power.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because both of you are working together. I'm gonna allow one of you to choose, one of you to roll, and you can roll feeling luck with a feeling lucky.
What are we rolling?
Luck.
I will.
That's definitely him.
Actually, wait, no, it's not gonna be luck. It's gonna be coordination, because you're trying not to make it fall specifically.
Again,
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I will roll my 2 dice, and
it's gonna be a difficulty 1 because you're. No, wait, actually, these are pretty big glasses, so difficulty 3.
Oh crap! So I need to succeed both. Let's see.
And you have 1 extra die.
Yeah, I only have 2 d10 on me at the moment, so I'll just roll and then re-roll if I fail. So
Yeah.
we're rolling.
Heave ho!
So I got a 9 and a 4. However, I can re-roll because
That you
I
can.
have a die, and that is a 9 and a 6. I barely make it.
Yes. So with that, you manage to kind of
Angle
them correctly in such a way that you pour it, and it kind of when it rolls a little bit, it just barely doesn't roll off the edge. And you get the water kind of pours off the edge.
I would like to make up a skill
Yeah.
that could help us in multiple situations.
Okay.
Because Einar Áskel is, is good at his job, but is also sort of lazy. I'm gonna give him the skill work smart, not hard.
All right.
And I'm gonna put 3 bonuses in that.
Damn.
Okay, just for the clarification of us and people watching, can you tell me what it's gonna entail?
All right. So work smart, not hard, will come into effect over like physical activities. But if we find a niche to make them easier, which will totally go to you, Mr. Goose Master, I will then also include work smart, not hard. So if we find the niche to make it easier, I'll make it even easier with this skill.
Oh, okay, so if you're in a situation and you can think of a way to make it easier for you,
Yes, but it has to be a physical activity.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll just write that down here, and I'm gonna go copy that, and I'm gonna write this down with me so that I can look it up. Work hard, work smart, not hard. Available.
Work hard, not smart.
Work. Available when
All activities.
Yeah, I wrote down physical in a bracket behind it. I'm just gonna say available when a possible easier
when clever. Clever. Be lazy.
Yeah. Available when a possible easier solution presents itself.
Yes.
So it's basically when you go like, but I could technically do this, and that could be better. And then I'll allow you to use that. Well, I also wrote behind your legging it's climbing with feet, because you're specifically legging it. Hello, Pupper. Hello, Pupper. There's a dog in my room now.
Hello, Doggo.
So you're gonna continue climbing, you say. You're gonna go down.
Yes, I would like to decrease 1 bonus from the work smart, not hard. I forgot how few I had left, so only 2 in it, not 3.
Okay. So you have 2 points left to spend.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're in a. So you tied it to the beer pouring machine.
Yes.
And you set it up so that, and you see it kind of hover, like when you've dropped it all the way, you see it kind of hover above the ground. You're not entirely sure how far away from the ground it is, but you think it's still, like, even if you go, like, if you'd go and there's a little bit of a drop, you don't think the drop would be that bad. Like, it could hurt a bit, but you don't think it's a lethal drop.
Alright. Just have
Except
to
maybe for you, because you have 1 health. You could
say it like that.
No, to put it into perspective, you would probably, like, if you would fall and take damage in anything, you would probably take damage in coordination or brawn.
Alright.
It's like you could hurt your feet.
So we start climbing.
Yeah, so you start climbing down. Okay, since you're climbing down, this is not a very strenuous task. It's as long as you're not looking down, really, you feel okay about yourselves. And I don't think you're gonna have to roll for anything. You managed to make the rope strong enough to support you. You're that light.
Yeah, we are. By the way, you didn't hear it, but the straw doesn't bend if we crawl through it.
Viggi,
Styrmir.
did he drop out again?
Mother of ass.
Foam. Try your foam. I was telling him to try his phone. But yes, you don't really struggle to go down there. I
Did he blue screen again?
what?
He dropped out of the Discord.
Oh my god. So the only thing I'm gonna have you roll is a very easy is a difficulty 2 Bront. Because
Okay.
it's just taking a long time, so you could get tired.
Okay. Let me.
It's basically your it would be a health check if it was like stamina based, but this is just like whether or not your muscles kind of last out.
Hello, Styrmir. Are you with us? You are not. Fantastic.
Hello?
There
there
he
we
is.
are.
There he is.
I no doubt sound way worse.
You're using your phone now?
Yeah, I am.
You
Did
don't.
you blue screen again?
No, I just disconnected from computer Discord.
Okay. Well, at least you're stable now, so for now at least.
Okay.
We have to roll brawn whilst climbing down.
Oh boy.
It's a it's a very easy Brawn. It's a difficulty 2 Brawn, so it's 1d6. If you
say
would
I
have,
can apply legging it here?
yeah, you're using your
legs.
feet
Yeah.
as support.
I'm going to choose to add climbing as a skill and put 1 point in it due to its apparent usefulness.
You didn't do that already?
Nope, didn't. I've been climbing without any skills.
So now he has climb, which is
I make it with a 6.
So he has climb, which applies to all sorts of climbing. While you have
Yes.
legging it.
The skill is called climbing, so yeah. So, here we go. All I need is a 5. And I got a 9. Didn't
Well
even
done.
need it.
Sweet. If you would have basically made a better rope, I would have allowed you to get a feeling lucky on it, because it was that well made. You don't get tired out, like your muscles kind of don't tire out when you're doing this, and you continue on your way down. And once you reach where the bottom is, you see that there's a small drop, maybe about 2 meters.
Well, relative.
Like, if you're all the way at the end, like when you're at the end, and you would like climb and hang from it, it's about a 2 meter drop. So, like, the rope is probably around, like, just 4 meters off the ground. Like, relative to your size, that is.
Yeah, which it's probably closer to 2 centimeters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use
So-
meters just because it's an easier way to, like, imagine things.
Yeah.
In perspectives.
Which gets super wonky. But yes, we which one of us went first?
I'm guessing that Einar went first.
Yeah. So, down you drop. Hurry up, down there. I don't want to drop on you.
All right, I'm
you
getting
guys are-
out of the way.
You guys are pretty tired at this point, because this took you maybe like climbing down took you maybe around 15 to half an hour.
Oof.
It's a pretty long way down,
Sheesh.
and also you don't want to like go too fast because you don't want to test the rope.
No.
So you've been like taking it. Yeah, you've been taking it slowly to go down, and just because you don't want to risk dying.
That would be very unfortunate.
So if you want, I'm gonna give you this. Chance. When you drop, you can roll coordination, and you can use because you're proficient with climbing with your feet and stuff like that. I'm gonna allow you to use legging it to reduce, like, to make you just land better.
Okay.
And that could help you negate whatever damage could. You're basically trying to like land and like roll and just kind of not
trying to land correctly.
Yeah, you're trying to like not absorb the like
impact.
impact into your legs.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. And I rolled a 1.
I rolled an 8.
Oh.
I'm going to use my luck because
this is not difficult. It's not that big of a drop. But since you're like you're hanging like at the edge of the rope with just your hands and then doing the drop, you don't have that much maneuverability.
Yeah, but I still want to reroll a 1 because a 1 is always a failure.
So when you fall, you just kind of like swing yourself a little bit like backwards, and when you land, you just kind of roll forward, and you roll a little bit into a puddle from before, but you don't like get into it. You just kind of when you roll and stop rolling, one of your feet kind of goes into the water.
That's fine.
Yeah, I rerolled into a 9. I'm now down to 3 luck.
Okay, so
my luck is running out.
So
You're fine. I have 2 luck.
Hey,
I feel
more.
You watch how your buddy Einar does it, and you kind of copy him, and you attempt to aim yourself to a different place. So you succeed, and you don't hit the water because you're not aiming, like you're trying not to hit him, but you succeed in like not hurting yourself. You feel like the worst that you could have gotten out of this was probably like a twisted ankle, or like that's the one of the worst. Maybe a broken leg if you would have landed very badly.
I prefer not to think about it.
But yes, now you're back on the floor. You can see like in a few of the puddles there are a bit of salted nuts. Kind of.
Well, that doesn't help.
But there's no glass in it, so you.
In theory, we could drink it, but yes. Let's move where we saw those shapes.
Alright. You mean where Einar saw those shapes?
Oh, yeah.
I agree with you, friend.
I mean, teamwork, right? This is a group effort.
Yes.
See? Have to stay positive.
When you look towards where the you saw the movement last, you can see that it's gonna take you quite a while, and it's definitely gonna be like in the middle of the night when you get there.
In the middle of the night.
So you could
take it nice and easy. No running.
Yeah.
Yeah, just walk.
So
We got plenty of nuts and water.
So I'm gonna guess you're gonna eat and drink before you go anywhere?
Yeah, we grab whatever we see along the way.
So you waddle a little bit into the water, get some nuts, eat and drink, and continue on your way. Are you gonna take a nut with you? A soaking nut?
No, that's not necessary.
Okay. So you
I'd
head
like
off.
to break off a bit of the nuts
Yeah.
and then take it with me.
You can do that.
Like, not too heavy, but, something.
So you take,
just
like...
put it in your pocket.
So
I mean, like a football piece of it.
Oh, like a something you can like hold between your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah, that would definitely be enough to sustain you. And you head off. You start walking, and it's pretty uneventful when you while walking. You see, kind of the only thing that's interesting is like you're walking along the on the wooden floor, and you kind of see the many dents and kind of you can see how used the floor is. It's very uneven at points, and you can see where a nail is kind of shittily nailed into the floor. You can see a few things that have been dropped on the floor. There's a point where somebody is there's a coin that's in between one of the one of the in between the woods, and you
floor planks, you mean?
Yeah. And but
Man, Styrmir, this sure brings us to a whole nother perspective, eh?
That's I'd rather not make light of the situation right now. I'm not feeling it. Besides, we ran into my arch nemesis again, that dumb nail.
Yes, you want nails.
Well, it's not that I have anything against nails, it's just that they get in my way when we are this small.
So, but yes, other than that, it kind of it's kind of interesting to see the world from this perspective, being this small compared to everything else, and it feels kind of like you're walking through a deserted kind of wasteland of some sort, just inside a bar. It's really weird. And it's when you're arriving towards the booth, because it's not the first booth, but the second booth closest to the bar. When you arrive towards the booth, the sun has completely set. It's really dark again. Especially now, since there's no added light. There's no added light from anything else. It's just dark. You can see your eyes begin to adjust, but yeah, there's very little light. The only light that's really helping you is the very dim moonlight that's kind of shining through. You can also hear the sounds of the weather outside being kind of stormy.
It was a dark and stormy night.
Yes.
So we arrive under the booth then? Oh, on the floor of the booth?
Yes, you do. So when you arrive at the booth, you see that it's kind of like those traditional diner booths, and underneath the table, very far off, you don't really see anything. You just see that you're at the booth. It's really hard to see far off, but once you start walking underneath this table, it starts to get a lot darker pretty fast, because there's no light actually properly gets there.
Hello, is anyone here?
Here.
When you call that out, you suddenly hear so are you trying to sound friendly?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll for me a personality with your gloomy minus.
Gloomy? Do we still have that?
I mean, are you gonna get over someone dying immediately?
No.
Yeah. See, that wasn't so difficult. But yes, you just
what
get
was the gloomy minus again?
just -1 to personality, and you're rolling personality.
Okay, that's fine.
It's a difficulty 1. 2, I mean.
Here we are. I would like to use luck, because I rolled a 1.
Okay.
I rolled a 10.
Nice.
You hear someone after you call. You hear someone go, "Hi, who's there?"
I am Einar Áskell.
And you see kind of out of the shadow, kind of one person walk out, and shortly after that another person. It seems to be a man and a woman. They seem to be somewhat in a somewhat rough shape.
We too were shrunk, just like you two.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do we remember these from before we became tiny?
You remember maybe seeing them in the bar?
That's still just a maybe. Is there a test that I can roll, such as brains, to remember?
Yeah.
Alrighty. All I need is an 8 or an 8, 9, or a 10. Here we go. And yep, I roll a 10. Holy crap. Do I or do I not remember them?
You remember seeing them during that day. You haven't talked to them yourself. This was the first time you ever seen them. They don't look like they're from around here.
Do you mean Breiðholt or just...
Not from Iceland. They seem to be tourists.
Oh, goodness me. I am so very, very sorry, but you seem to have picked the absolute worst time to visit.
Well, oh, don't worry. It's not your fault. I think.
Is he speaking a different language?
He's speaking English.
All right.
He goes like, what did you just say? Sorry, my Icelandic's not that good. I know like words from it, but I'm not sure.
How do we differentiate us speaking shitty English?
Let us put out outrageous accents instead.
I thought we were already doing that.
I mean,
We shall do an even outrageouser accent.
You can just state that you're speaking English when you're talking to these people.
Fair enough. I'll keep my shitty Icelandic accent because I find it funny.
Yeah.
Sorry, man, but forgive me. I was not aware that you two were tourists.
Well, yeah, it's fine, but do you know what happened? We woke up here yesterday, and everything was weird.
Tell me about it.
Better yet. Before you even respond, he goes like, "Better yet, do you know where there's something to eat?"
Oh, yeah. We left some water and nuts. I mean, it's not much, but it's something.
I take out my ball of nut and break it in half.
When you hand it,
and hand it to the both of them.
Okay, so you're handing both the halves, right?
Yeah.
They
There you go.
They take it. You kind of you just see them start kind of just devouring this, and you see the woman go like, "Thank you. You haven't eaten anything since yesterday. Since the day before that, or the day when we all fainted at whenever that was." And you can hear the kind of storm picking up outside, and the kind of hitting the window. You hear the typical with the windows kind of getting hit by the storm. It's getting pretty rough out there.
Oh my. You wouldn't happen to have seen anyone else, aside from us?
No, you're the first one we've seen.
Well, sorry about that. I'm afraid we're not much help in much of anything.
It's fine. You helped us a lot just by giving us some food.
I could not just watch you go hungry.
Well,
There are more nuts by the table.
yeah, we strewed them all about. He says, thinking, getting Styrmi gets a strange look on his face as if he's not sure if that's even a word.
Yeah, they seem very happy about the fact that they have some food. I say as I have some food in my mouth.
No.
I go, we haven't eaten anything since before this happened, and we're getting really thirsty and really hungry.
Did you not think to leave the booth and try to search?
We did, but we didn't want to go too far. We didn't know what to expect. We checked around we checked a little bit around the other booth, and by the time we reached the counter over there, and he points back towards where the bar counter is, it was already getting dark, and we didn't want to risk anything. We heard some sounds coming from somewhere here. It creeped us the hell out.
Oh, that's probably just the rats.
You see a very concerned look, like, come on, both of them.
From Einar as well. What do you mean? Frederick said this place was up to the regulations.
I mean, yes, but that doesn't mean that there aren't rats. Oh, well, I may be exaggerating. It may just be mice.
You can roll brains if you want to try to remember something. Or put together something.
Alright. I roll a 1. I cannot.
Okay, you don't put anything together.
I will uphold that it is just mice.
Okay, do you want to roll it, Enos? It's not regards to the mice, just so you know.
Why not? That's... Nope, I got a 7, I fail.
Okay. You have no idea what that sound that they're talking about could be.
Thinking back, did we see a on the other side? Do we know of like if there's a phone somewhere in here?
Well,
aside from our broken phone.
There's probably the business phone. That would probably be like underneath the bar, the counter at somewhere.
Did we see it when we were climbing that thing?
No, you didn't see it, but you weren't exactly heading towards it. It's like in the corner underneath the other end. So you were underneath it when you were walking up the broken shelf.
If we, I may have an idea. If we go back behind the bar, we might be able to find a phone and call for help. Though we might have to, lie a little bit because I don't think anyone would believe us. No, exactly.
We can say that there is trouble here that have to send some.
Yeah, let's just say, I don't know, a disturbance or something.
Yes.
Well, just a thought here, but there doesn't seem to be any electricity on. And he points up. He kind of points up, even though you're underneath the table, and just kind of to hint that there's no light. Well, last time I remember, there was the lights were on. It could just be that the light bulbs are gone, but you know, all of them seems to be a little bit weird. Did you see Did you see anything else that could? Anything that had any power to it?
No, now that I think about it, there was that point of service.
Yeah,
Well,
the
POS.
POW.
POS?
Yes.
POS.
That's, the other one is prisoner of war.
What? Really?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. I did not know that.
There you go. Learning something every day.
Knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, and we don't know anything.
It's at this moment where you hear like as if something hits the window and it goes like.
Ah.
It's a very very loud sound, and it can definitely be heard throughout the entire bar. It's especially loud where you guys are. It's very startling.
Can we? This is a. Is it a PG-13 stream? Can we swear?
Yeah, you can swear.
Oh, holy shit! What was that?
Oh damn! That. I don't know. That seems to come from where the windows were. The woman says.
I mean, let's just say it was the storm.
Probably.
Let's also hope that no one regular size walks in. They might crush us.
Oh, definitely. I don't want to deal with any of that. Doesn't it feel a little bit weird though? And he kind of finishes the nut and goes, "This, like, it's a Sunday today. Technically seen, it should be a Sunday, but nobody's here except for us." We didn't see anyone else come at any time, did we?
I think out loud. Is Moe's open on Sundays? I mean, we could actually check.
Yeah.
Their website. Let's check. Is it open? No. Moe's bar. Let's see. They are open. No, they are closed on Sundays.
Wow.
Ooh. Oh no, never mind. It says, for some reason it says virkedagar, sunnudagar til fimmtudagar.
So yeah, it's open from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. on Sundays.
6 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Yeah, I was looking at the. I was looking at the Google thing, and it says 5.
Right. I may be looking at. I'm looking at the website. It says 6 to 1, and then on weekends it's 12 to 3.
Yeah. But at least now you know that you probably should have seen somebody, and I mean it's dark, but that doesn't mean that it's very late.
No, that is strange. We saw no one. If anyone big or normal sized, we should have seen them already.
Compared to when you think you woke up, and compared to what time it is now, you think it's like it couldn't be much later than maybe 8, somewhere between 8 and 10.
Yeah, that's one day has passed and no one has shown up. I'm not sure about that. There's something extra spooky going on here, aside from this, and I look all over myself.
Yeah, I mean, I expected at least to see someone else around here, at least coming around. It's not like there's a closed sign. I mean, the
open sign is probably not on. Actually, would there be a open, like, neon sign?
I didn't see any on the pictures of the place. So.
No. Well, it was daytime,
it looked
so
remarkably difficult to find.
Yeah.
It just has like an open sign out there. It's like lit up, but I think that's like the state of it at all times.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would matter. If it was closed, it would be pretty hard to notice.
Damn. Well, I'm out of ideas as I look over to Einar.
Well, we can at least go look to see outside if we can get to the window.
I don't know. It's looking rather nasty out there.
I'm not saying that we go outside. We can look through the window.
But how do we reach, the windowsill? It's awfully high up, and unlike the bar, I don't see any obvious way up.
You could
That
attempt.
is a good question.
You could attempt to climb up to the to the seats, but there's no easy way to climb, from what you can tell.
Do they have like the circular nails that put the what's it called again? Just like the leather of the seats to the wood.
The
Yes.
studs, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes,
So can we climb those instead?
you could attempt that. Yeah, it would not be.
make it
It would.
easier.
It would not be a very easy climb.
No.
It would definitely be like at least a difficulty 3.
Oof, that's. I'd rather not test the. I'd rather not test that. Looks
No.
way too difficult.
With how dark it is right now, it would definitely be like I would say that it would definitely be probably a difficulty 3 with a minus to it. I would have probably been I would have given you not so lucky now
Maybe we can
because you
fit
can't see.
through the door.
Yeah. Did we see if the door was open or not?
You haven't attempted to go there, but the door wasn't open when you looked. But you couldn't. You could go and check if it's like if you could go through the door though, like through like a little bit of a slit.
Maybe
you're
we
pretty small.
sleep the night away, and then tomorrow we go try the door.
Yeah, it's as good as an idea as any. I'm up for it.
What about you? Also, what are your names? I forgot to ask.
The name's Harry Osborne, and this is my girlfriend Stephanie.
How
Wish
do you like?
we would meet under better circumstances.
Yeah, and just to get it
Harry.
out of the way, how do you like Iceland so far?
Up until now, it was pretty good. We were gonna take the Golden Tour, like Golden
Yeah.
Circle,
that's-
today, I guess.
Sounds about right. Well, let's see if we can fix this damned mess.
Yes. What was the girlfriend's name?
Stephanie.
Funny.
Stephanie.
Can I make a suggestion, fellas?
Of course, Harry.
Yeah, so long as you don't turn into a green man with a glider.
Whoa, that's a throwback and a half.
Wow. He looks at you like kind of like he gets the joke, but he goes and says, should probably head towards the bar counter and be somewhere where we could get some food before we go. We're probably gonna want to eat something tomorrow.
Yeah, we have a safe haven up top, though getting there will be
A doozy.
quite the feat of strength.
Yeah, in this darkness, you would think it would be pretty freaking dumb to climb.
Yeah.
So, off we go.
So you head back, and about like around the time when you reach the counter again, the storm's definitely picked up some more. It's gotten a little bit darker, not a lot. And if you'd have to guess, you think it would probably be around midnight around now. It took you around 4 hours to walk back and forth.
Here's a question.
It took you 4 hours to walk there and then 4 hours to walk back.
Here's a question: was there a storm warning for this weekend?
Not rope brains.
No. Did I watch the news or not? I probably didn't. I roll a 9. If I did watch it, then I would remember it.
You don't remember them specifically talking about a storm warning, but they did say that the weather might pick up.
Strange. They're usually good about stuff like this.
It seems like if the weather if this is indeed Sunday, the weather is a lot worse than it was predicted to be.
I don't like this. It's not like the forecasting the weatherman to be quite so off. Well, food for thought.
So when you get there, you can see Stephanie and Harry. They immediately go and drink some water, even though it's on the floor. You do see that the wooden floor seems to like it's not doing it incredibly fast, but it seems to be sogging up a little bit of the floor because it's just wood.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that there'll probably be a little bit water left tomorrow, but you think it would be unreasonable to expect there to be water after that.
Well, we better move, and we left the rope there, right?
Yeah, the rope is there. You could definitely wait. If you want to go up, you know that climbing up would definitely take the majority of the day. If you want to climb up again, at least this way. Because climbing up a rope is freaking hard, especially with no safety gear.
Yeah, well, it probably would be quicker but more difficult than the way we originally went.
Yeah. It would probably be a little bit quicker. Not by a lot, but it would, at least it would be, just a very long haul up, and, you could rest a little bit behind, on times, but, the other climbs you had to do, the last climb during the climb on top of the countertop was, very difficult. Because you had to hang on to the grate.
Yeah, that was a low point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys want to sleep down below before you head down?
Yeah, we
Definitely.
If we are going to sleep down here, we may as well not bother going back up.
Yeah, you would never be up until maybe until the next morning.
Yeesh, that's insane.
Yeah,
well,
it's a lot quicker to go down than to go up. Because when you're going down, you're just kind of sliding down most of the time. You're not using a lot of the power to heave yourself up. And when you're going up, you need to there's a 4 meter jump. There's a 4 meter jump you need to make before you can actually get to the rope, and then you need to climb all the way up.
Yeah, that's a no-go. Is it just me, or is time moving strangely?
It feels that way, yes.
Yeah, you too. Has time been moving quicker than usual?
No, not specifically. It's more. It might feel that way, but because of your very diminutive size and the lack of change in the environment, it might feel like time's just going by either a lot quicker or much slower. it's really hard to tell what time it is, especially inside this place.
Well, in any case, we should get some rest before we head to the door.
You guys, along with Harry and Stephanie, rest for the night. You're all getting pretty tired either way. It was around midnight. And you wake up around... You don't really know what time it is when you wake up, but you feel... Because you're sleeping on the wooden floor and stuff, you don't feel very rested. It was really uncomfortable. But you got some sleep, and you're not feeling nearly as tired as you did before.
Yeah.
Well, off we go. Grab some nuts and drink before we go.
Mm-hmm. And I take another football-sized nut piece with me.
I'll grab the other half.
Okay. Stephanie and Harry will also take a bit of the nuts with them. Enough to hold, same size. They took one and cracked it in half. Half a nut is definitely more than you need. And you start walking towards the door. Now, walking towards the door, it's still very early in the morning and pretty dark. You note that Harry and Stephanie, they're both you remember seeing them wearing some outdoor, a jacket or something like that. But now they're not wearing the jacket or anything right now. Which means that when they got small, they probably didn't have it or either discarded it at some point.
Yeah.
It's not particularly warm in here, in the bar. It seems that the water heating is still working. Because it's not getting incredibly cold in here, especially during this, in the shitty weather.
You mean the radiator?
Yeah, the radiator seems to still be working to some extent.
Oh, that's small blessings.
Yeah. There is still a storm outside, but it's subsided significantly. It's not nearly as bad as it was the day before. And you can still you're looking towards the door, and you can see the window that's on the door, and you can see the kind of this. You don't see any of the snow and disgusting stuff like that because of the angle of the door, since it's kind of in some cover. But in the distance, you can kind of see the snow in the distance, just kind of wind and trees kind of moving in the snow, in the wind. And walking towards the door takes a lot longer than you expected it to do. It takes about... Yeah, you start the trek, and you take a break to eat, and somewhere around what you guess when you were looking from the counter, it took you just about a day, day's walk, which means it would be around maybe, if you had to guess, somewhere between 6 and 8 o'clock in the evening when you arrive at the door. And that's with you. That's with you guys waking up before sunset. Before the sun's even up.
Ah, man. If I'm not in the best shape of my life right now.
You're basically at the door now. You're maybe a few steps away from it.
All right, we look up at the door. Do we see?
Actually, I want you two, my boys, because you guys are pretty old. I want you to roll a health check for me.
Oh boy!
Just for your stamina. And
Woo!
and this is a difficulty. Since you're just trekking for the entire day, I'm just gonna say difficulty 2, which means that unless you want to use luck, Stidmit, you will automatically fail it.
Yeah, that is true. And I will use 1 luck to
I fail.
Oh, you fail?
try.
Yeah, roll a 2.
And here comes the die roll. Whew, I roll an 8. God damn. Barely made it.
Somehow the man that smokes a lot made it better than...
I have 1 health. Screw you.
To be fair, I do have 5 luck, and I'm down to 2 now. So
Yeah, which is my maximum.
yeah, I'm failing a lot. So I kind of need my luck.
Yeah.
True
I'm
that.
down to 1 luck.
Phew.
Just gonna write down here real quick. Yeah, when you arrive at the door, you can see that yeah, you guys are a little bit out of breath, except for you. For you, Stidmit, you're not out of breath. You seem to make it pretty fine.
So, what do we see when we look at the door?
The edges along the door seem to be somewhat enough for you to fit through, but like there is the rubber that like kind of helps insulate.
Yeah.
And you think you could possibly like squeeze yourselves through that if you wanted to go out. It wouldn't be a very comfortable thing to do though.
Well, we walked all this way.
I'm just gonna tell you guys, Harry Osborn is buff AF.
Damn.
I rolled health, brawn, and coordination, and I rolled 8 on all of them.
So he's got 4 for 4.
His brain is, however, 1.
Just like me.
He is a beefcake. God. But yes, so you want to try to squeeze yourselves through?
Yeah. It's, I mean, we need to find out what's going on, so might as well try.
Okay. Squeezing yourself through is gonna... It's not... Like, you're gonna have to, like, pull the, like, rubber and kind of squeeze through, so it's gonna have to be a brawn check.
Einar, come here. I need you to help me push through.
I like try to hold up the rubber while he squeezes through.
Okay, so you're gonna also get some help from... You're also gonna get help from Harry. So, it's gonna make it basically... Instead of being a difficulty 4 holding that, it's gonna be a difficulty 1. Difficulty 2, I mean.
Alright, so
You just need 1 die. Oh my god. Well, Stephanie does not have any brains, but she sure as hell does have personality.
Well, there you go. So, alright, all I need is a 6. And I rolled a 5. No. I'm 1 short.
You feel that with like you're just if you just try a little bit harder you might be able to get through, but and you kind of just decide to like, oh hell with it, and push yourself through, and as you're going through you go like, oh yeah, I'm getting through, but you kind of lose grip, and as you do, like both Einar and Harry, they as they were supporting you, they were kind of expecting you to have it at this point, let go, and you just get a little bit crushed there, and you will take 1 health of damage.
Oh snap! Ow!
First
Einar.
blood.
Einar, I'm stuck.
Oh God.
With that,
1, 2, leave!
so you and I'm gonna have you and our big boy Harry roll brawn to pull the thing open. It's a difficulty one. Well, he made it easily.
Okay. You said it's a brawn?
Yeah.
Yes. And what's the difficulty?
It's just difficulty 2, so it's just 1
Alright.
die.
Alright. Rolling. I fail.
Okay. Even so, one of you succeeded, so he. I technically just should have given somebody an 8, but it doesn't matter. One of you succeeded, so it's enough to help you get unstuck. And you're now at the other side. You can feel the cold air. It gets immediately a lot colder when you're at this side of the door. And you kind of start to shiver a little bit.
Einar, I made it through.
What do you see?
What do I see?
It's very hard to hear through the rubber, but you managed to make it out a little bit. You're behind, you know those metal things at the bottom of doors? You're behind one of those things, but you could easily push it and peek.
So,
or if you wanted to get out from underneath it, or see, you could just easily bend down and push it at the bottom.
Yeah, I'll push and take a look.
You see that it's pretty desolate out there, other than the storm, which seems to be slowing down significantly compared. But you do feel that you're very lucky that you're there in some cover, because even in the cover, you feel like a little bit of the wind, and you feel it push you a bit. And
this is awful.
Yeah. And as soon as you kind of look around, you don't see any people about. Not a single person.
No cars driving around?
No. Which is, it would be a little bit strange. There is a store nearby that's open until 9. And it's you'd guess that it's between 6 and 8 now?
The fact that there's no one is...
There are cars in parking spots and stuff like that, and there are cars in the middle of the street that are just still nobody's driving.
Oh, this is extra bad. And I'm going to as the wind picks up, I'm going to move back to the door and shout back, "It's the same out here, I think."
What do you?
Okay. Then come back.
You hear Harry ask, "What did he say? What did he say?"
He is saying it's the same outside. Nobody. And just very cold weather.
Oh. We should probably try to wait until weather slows down.
Yes.
And he walks back towards his girlfriend, and I just want to tell you this because I've been looking at their stats now for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So he rolled 4 in health, brawn, and coordination, 1 in brain, 2 in personality, and 1 in luck. While his girlfriend rolled a 2 in health, 3 in brawn, 3 in coordination, 1 in brains, personality 5, and luck 2.
So she's got big personality, eh?
Hey!
I see what he sees in her. But I'm going to attempt to squeeze back in.
Yes.
I hope.
Both Harry and him are going to help, so you get to make it with the same difficulty as before.
All right. I rolled a 1. I am going to re-roll that because, man, I do not wish to be crushed again.
I've had enough of that. So reroll and I rolled a 3. Oh crap, that's not enough.
So you failed again.
I do.
Oh.
Would you say that he's feeling lucky? Because this time we know it's really difficult for him.
Yeah,
so we won't, like,
I'll say you're feeling lucky. You know what to expect this time around, so you're a lot more prepared for it.
You got one last roll. Use it well.
Oh boy, and I rolled a 10. Phew.
Oh, nice. So you feel it. You feel the kind of rubber, like at one point, almost like you almost lose your grip. But when that happens, you just kind of brace yourself and push up against it properly, and you manage to squeeze yourself through with the aid of your with your friend and one of your new friends. And you see, Harry kind of pats you on the shoulder and says, "You okay there?"
Yeah, I don't want to repeat that. It was awful.
Well, at least you're safe right now. So the weather's shit out there, eh?
Yeah, it's typical Icelandic weather.
Great. What are we gonna do about that? We don't got any more food than what we brought, which is enough for tomorrow morning.
Well, we'll just have to walk back.
Yeah, we can start walking back right now, but it will take us the majority of the night to get there. Probably won't be there until early this morning. Not like it's gonna matter.
We'll find a place to sleep on the way there. Is there like a doormat or something? Quick question: was there like snow on the ground?
Where you were? Yes, there was not where the steps are because you're in cover. But yes, there was snow on the ground.
That's probably not going anywhere. So I inform them about the snow on the ground and say that by our standards, we're kind of snowed in.
You can make a brains check.
No. Just like even if there's like a centimeter of snow.
Yeah, I know.
We're snowed in.
Yeah.
Let's.
You can make a difficulty 2 brains check.
I rolled a 7. Did not make it.
You did not make it.
No, I have. Oh wait, no, I have. Yeah, I have brains of 2. I needed an 8.
Oh boy, are you gonna roll one in it?
I mean, why not? What's the worst?
Sure. I got a 10.
Okay. With
Boy,
that,
am I smart!
so with that, you would know that you're probably light enough if there's if the wind isn't nearly if the wind's either non-existent or just very not strong. You suspect you could probably walk on the snow. You're not heavy enough to actually fall into it.
Yeah, but the sounds on the window, it's definitely just
it's too
rolls in the wind.
You know that for a fact that you're too heavy for it now. The weather's too bad for it right now.
Yeah. We could probably walk on the snow, but the wind will take us to the sky.
Yeah, and if we fall into a crack, we might, get stuck and die. Very dangerous. Lots of snow, even though it's very little. This is hurting my brain.
So you slept 2 times since we started this session, so you're 2 days, yeah. Just making sure. So you're gonna start heading back, and you're gonna rest on the way, and continue towards the. You're gonna continue towards the counter the next day.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the way, when we get close to any spaces that people could be, I yell out to them anybody there?
There.
Roll for me just a There weren't a lot of lot of people, and this is just for like whether or not people are there. Can you roll a luck with a difficulty of 4?
Jesus
Holy
Christ! I've already used one of my luck. I got 1 in luck.
I've already used 4 of my luck. I only have luck. Difficulty 4. Holy.
I make it twice.
Oh, sweet.
I got 2 9s.
Oh, I got a 9 and an 8, but I need to roll 1 more and succeed. Wait, no, I fail both.
Okay,
No, I
so
fail 1.
You call for people and you don't get any answer. However, you would know that when you count Friedrich and Jonas and these 2 people, there should be probably around, like, at least maybe 5 or 6 more people in here. And you kind of, when you're calling for people, you remember that they're not very close to here. They were in the, like, pretty inner, like, closer to where the like the foosball table and stuff like that was.
Yeah, but like we've gone from the bar to the door, and you know they could have.
That's just where you remember seeing them, but you don't get any response.
I definitely remember there were more of us.
Well, yeah, I remember there being like a few people in here. Yeah. There was that one biker creep, but that I remember specifically. But you know, there were maybe four or 5 other people in here. Stephanie says.
Yeah, we already met 2 of them.
Yes.
And they didn't make it.
Out of those 6. But during your walk and your calls, you do see something interesting. It just kind of crosses your like path. You notice as you're passing, kind of in the distance, because you're not taking the exact same route back. Because you're trying to like see if you see some people.
Jesus Christ!
What you do notice is that there. What you do notice is that there is, like, somebody has definitely eaten close to where you are, like at the place where you see, and you also think that there, with how like the crumbs and stuff are, you kind of expect them to have headed towards the door.
Wait, the front door?
Yeah.
The one we were at?
Yeah.
So someone left?
What do you mean? They
This
couldn't have left.
This
I
looks
mean-
This looks like it's been there for a while.
Yeah, well, if we didn't see them and they didn't go past us, then they must have, well, gone ahead of us.
But who would willingly go into a weather like this while being so tiny?
I don't know, but
It would be a crazy
Yes.
person.
I don't fancy his odds.
No.
If you want to try to get some more information from these crumbs, you would have to roll brains with it. And since neither one of you know anything about like tracking or anything like that, it's gonna be a difficulty of
Yeah, I'm not
like
garbage
3.
truck driver. I'm not gonna roll.
Yeah,
It's just crumbs.
yeah.
I have failed both. I got a 3 and a 7.
Yeah, you have no idea how long this has been here. But it has like if you have to guess, you think it's probably been here at least since yesterday.
This is
because that's before you went to the door, and you didn't see anyone by the door. So a logical guess would be, it was yesterday.
Well, this is troubling. Someone must have left before us. Well, we can't dwell on that. We should probably keep going.
Yes.
You head a little bit further and decide to rest at some point, and the next day you continue towards the countertop, where you remember basically having set up where the freaking rope is hanging.
Question.
Yes.
What if I sleep? Do I get my health point back?
No.
Alright, just making sure.
The basically damage that was done to you is because it's made specifically to insulate. So it basically crushed you, and you could almost feel your ribs crack with that.
Oof.
That is so you're gonna have to I'm gonna say it takes a while for you to recover from this. So, or you could have someone if you'd have any supplies, you could probably have someone help you fix you up. It feels kind of like you didn't break any bones, but it feels like somebody almost cracked your ribs basically, and the pain still lingers afterwards.
Well, in that case, I'll just wait.
Oh yeah, you used almost all of your luck, you say?
I sure did.
Alright, I just want to have that.
Yeah, I'm down to 1 luck.
Same here.
And I'm saving it for a very, very special occasion.
For a rainy day.
You managed to reach the the bottom of the bar table again, where the rope is hanging. About maybe.
How's the nut situation?
The nuts. You've taken. You took 2 nuts overall, or something, or
Yeah,
no?
something like that.
You've taken 3 nuts if you count the one you took the day before.
You're sounding very robot-y, Mr. Steermere.
Am I? Oh,
Yes.
crap. No, again, not the phone. Hello?
I mean, we hear you, but, you're cutting in and out.
Oh, that's not good. Hold on, let me see if I can fix it. How is this?
It's good. You just you sound have a very low sound.
You've eaten 3 of the nuts, so you have 7 you have 7 nuts left.
All right. Good. And that also means nobody has come to eat the nuts.
No. However, you can see that there's not a lot of water left. It's kind of soaking through the wood.
Yeah, makes sense. But gotta grab what's left, and I go for a healthy gulp because we went a day without water.
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can hear you pretty well now.
Okay, perfect.
It's to give you a sense of the weather right now. The storm is pretty much about to subside. You feel like it's not gonna stick around for much longer. It's been a pretty weird storm. It's stuck around for a lot longer than you expected.
I feel that we should gather supplies and then head out into the weather when it has calmed down.
I don't know.
Nothing will change if we just stay here.
Yeah, but it would take, weeks for us to go anywhere?
That is true. But If we stay here, then we will eventually run out of supplies.
True, but I feel like we should explore just a bit more of
Yes,
this.
I'm not saying we leave now. I say we look for things. Useful things.
And anyone else. We're still missing at least one more person.
Harry at this point goes and says, me and Steph
There.
here, we're kind of experienced in this, in kind of survival stuff. If you want, yeah, if you want, we can try to set up some. Try to set up a little bit of a. He goes and kind of does the air quotes camp, I guess here. It wouldn't be anything amazing, but we could set up something base camp, like a base camp here, where we can gather our things before we decide to leave.
That is better than nothing. Thank you, Harry.
That way we'll, because if we're gonna leave, we're gonna have to take some stuff with us, and we're not gonna be able to carry everything with us unless we make some backpacks or something, like at least makeshift ones.
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder if we can reach the backdoor office. There might be some useful stuff there.
If you leave taking care of this stuff here, me and Steph, we can try to find some water and some extra food.
Yeah.
I have. He looks at the rope. I have full faith that I can get up there if I need to.
Yeah, you should be just fine. In that case,
But do be careful.
Just to note, he has 3 in climbing.
I mean, you can never be too careful. He can fail.
that is true. So, we will be back in no time. If we don't come back, you two should try to escape, just in case.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We'll keep that in mind. We'll expect seeing you in like every other day or something like that if you leave here. But if we're not here, we're probably searching for some supplies. I'm gonna see if I can go up there and get something for us to drink back down here. It doesn't need to be on the floor. By the way, I'm just gonna say, like, in case anybody is like wondering, this is just a sudden thought in my mind. If they've had the need to relieve themselves, I'm guessing you've just found a corner somewhere and done that.
Pretty much. It's usually just find a dark corner and be quick.
I can just see kind of
no questions asked.
I see kind of the image of when you were up there with a napkin. That, like, at some point you just took, like, a bunch of napkins and put into all of your pockets.
Yeah, just rip a bunch of them and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, just stuff it right in there. So, we fill up on nuts and water, which is getting really, really bland.
Yeah.
Man. So, let's go back to Frederick's office. I'm sure he had some useful stuff.
Alright, so how, it's probably gonna take you a pretty long time to get there. How, will you be here by this evening, or should we assume that you'll take a few days?
1 or 2 days.
Yeah, one day to get there, one to get back. Time seems to flow funny when you're small, but I wouldn't know. Everything has gone kind of nuts, and I look over the floor.
He kind of nods and says,
Einar actually like.
So he kind of nods to it and says, "All right, we'll kind of give you we'll give you kind of a 3 day window, because we don't know how long that's gonna take in case you find some stuff that's useful and want to transport it somehow. But if you find some more people, you can send them here, I guess.
Yes.
Or at least when you're coming back, they should probably just help you with whatever you're doing.
Indeed.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
We'll keep that in mind.
I expect by the time you get back, we might have some basic stuff set up here. It's not like we're gonna need a tent or anything like that, but we're gonna need some stuff to make sleep on and make some backpacks out of and stuff like that. And we might be able to get something from clothes, from some of the clothes. And you remember, like, it wasn't really a big deal for you guys, but you do remember seeing like the coats of people, like, and stuff like that around. But it wasn't like anything, like, was still like on top of stuff, or like in a very, like, pretty far away from you. The coats that you were maybe like holding at the time or like not wearing, they are still like normal sized.
Well, in that case, Harry, Steph, we'll see you in a bit.
And as you head back towards the other side of the counter, you kind of wave Stephanie and Harry as you leave, and they are waving back, and you can you see them start working towards and kind of getting the nuts together into like when you peek back, you can see them collecting the nuts together, and then you see them. You see Steph stay behind as Harry kind of jogs off to go and get stuff, while Stephanie seems to be kind of using whatever she has available currently to do whatever. You can't really tell at this different distance. And as you see them kind of grow small with the distance.
Say, Styrmir, I just thought of a really good idea.
Oh no, not another one of your excellent ideas.
Since we have to be short for a very long time.
I lean down and
we should think of a lot of short jokes.
I was hoping we wouldn't have to do this. I used to have a really short girlfriend, and she was the butt of many a short joke.
For you see, short people are very oppressed. They keep getting overlooked.
And with that, with a kind of laugh and a little bit of joy in your spirits, I'm gonna with that, I'm gonna allow you guys to remove the gloom.
Oh well, at least. Well, I'm not feeling gloomy. I'm feeling cringeworthy as all that.
Cringy -1 to everything.
God damn.
It's what I do.
You continue walking, and with the.
Wanna hear my midget jokes? The list is a little short though.
And with your laugh, with your laugh, kind of filling up the empty, like with the quiet space, you continue walking. And that is.
I actually, funnily enough, this might be a perfect bookend.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
And that is where we are going to end this episode.
Nice.
It was like, this might be a good bookend. Well, it is. I was just about to end it.
Aha. I've proven again that I can see the future.
So, you took like you made a majority of the journey, so I'm going to say it's like 12 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, wow, we've been here for like days.
Yeah, dude. And all we've got to eat is salt nuts and some water? Question mark?
So
You've
typical weekend.
You've had salt nuts, beer, and water.
Oof. We at least we don't need to eat much.
That is something. You can at least look on the bright side with that. It's interesting seeing you guys travel as small people, especially in a bar.
Yeah.
It's been interesting to just watch, just hear how your guys are dealing with the thing.
Yeah. You know how I'm gonna switch back to the quote unquote normal accent now.
Yeah.
But you know how usually the D&D party meets in a tavern? Well, we haven't even left the tavern, and that's our adventure.
Well, we started in a tavern, and we're gonna just be the entire time in the tavern, it seems.
Yeah. The adventure, escape the tavern.
First quest, get out of the tavern somehow.
Yeah, which you make it sound so easy.
I mean, technically seen, you've almost left it.
Yeah, well, there's huge external factors that are like not letting me leave.
But
just the bad weather.
But yeah, I'm interested in hearing your thoughts so far, just for shits and giggles, because we can use this as a both way to talk about the system and the game.
Yeah, well, I will admit this is honestly closer to. I was going to say closer to my style of game. Usually, and what I mean by that is a slower burn.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually we're flying about in the story is usually moving at a more breakneck pace, but
yeah,
I actually like this way more.
Yeah, where everything's going kind of step by step.
Yeah. Well, we literally can't go faster.
I mean, yeah, I personally enjoy this kind of story a lot more. You get to see a lot more, and you get to experience a lot more what your characters go through. And
yeah.
I thought it was and especially in this kind of setting where you're all really small, I felt it was really, at least when you're not like traveling a very far distance between places, I felt it was very important for you guys to like actually like interact with everything around you. When you're in like, if we're to kind of put it into D&D terms, this bar that you're in is kind of like a dungeon. And you're just interacting with everything there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that like when you leave, I'm going to have some points where I'm gonna, during your travels, that I'm gonna like point out specifically, because traveling is gonna have its own perils.
Duh.
A lot of them.
A sharp gust of wind, party wipe.
It's gonna be interesting to see what manners of transportation you will attempt to use other than just walking. I mean, walking's gonna be the obvious first choice.
We will build a kite.
Oh god.
I mean, technically seen, it's not a bad choice. It's just you don't have any.
It's the worst choice.
You just don't have any actual way of controlling it.
Yeah. Well,
We got up. Well, we're never getting down again.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
But I've been having a lot of fun watching you guys go through everything as small people.
Yeah, it's. I would like to see where this goes. Although I will say, just so that it doesn't become, I say stale. Like being short isn't stale at all. But you might want to notch it up next session, meaning adding a new Alice in Wonderland twist on the situation.
Yeah, I mean there are a few twists overall that I have in mind that will probably pop up. There are a few funny twists that are gonna make no sense at all.
Oh,
'Cause
none
I'm-
of this makes any sense,
Yeah.
so don't worry about that.
Because I'm going like this is a lot of this is just based off of a dream, so you know it's gonna be interesting to see how far that's gonna go.
Oh,
Yeah, we have to make the little things count
God damn it.
and teach math to midgets.
I love the fact that the biggest concern when you mentioned the rat was not the fact that there were rats here, like. It was the fact that there were rats here and it wasn't up to regulation. It's not the fact
No.
the rats are
That
big.
was just Einar trying to deflect our sudden but inevitable death by rats.
Yeah, that was just him trying to, calm the
Change
situation.
the subject.
Remember,
Yeah, that's
Tim has a personality of 1. He really...
Yeah. And Einar has 5 in personality.
Yeah.
Harry and Stephanie were both terrified at the prospect of there being a rat here.
Not just rats, giant rats.
Yeah, they're
Or,
gonna be fucking huge.
Yeah, or as we... Actually, hold on. I don't know if this counts, but if all... I wonder if the humans or every other living thing also has shrunk, meaning the rats are still rat-sized.
That's one of the twists that I'm waiting to let you guys discover.
Oh boy, this is...
That would be so funny if we hear like the squeaking noises of a rat and we're just like, oh god, we're doomed! And they're just regular rats. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
alright.
their ratio is the same as us. I'm like, why were you afraid of these? I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to touch one, but it's still just a rat.
And one of them bites you and you just disease.
You turn big again.
But to give you perspective again, you are the size of ants, basically. You're pretty
Yeah.
fucking small.
That's true.
So if you see a rat, even a mouse, mice are bigger than you.
Yeah.
If you just think about it from that perspective.
At least the mice won't, actually, are mice... Do mice eat... Are mice carnivorous?
I mean, Pocket will probably answer us in a moment because she owns mice.
Mouse.
She owns a mouse right now, but she has owned many mice. But what about you? What about you, Rai? How do you think this has been going? It's
Be right back.
I think it's been going well, but yeah, going around the bar and finding things will get stale after a bit.
yeah. I
So
mean,
I agree with him on that aspect, but yeah, but it's been fun so far.
yeah. I mean, I'm not expecting you guys to spend the entirety of the time in the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I basically, depending on how, like, it's just...
Guys,
Yeah?
I have to get going, so thanks for the session.
Yeah, thanks for the session.
Later.
Thanks for the sesh. Goodbye.
Basically, to give you a perspective on how I'm gonna do things is, like, at the time when you guys decide that you're kind of good and like have explored the place and feel safe with just kind of going gathering stuff, because that time you'll be like kind of most of the things there. That's the time when, like, if you're still gonna gather some supplies, it'll be like, oh, you're gonna go and like get stuff, so we'll just say like how many days would you want to do that and what are you gonna try to get, and we would just go by that, like, because it would be kind of pointless to narrate through all of that, because you've already been everywhere and you would know where to get the supplies. It's just a matter of question of getting them.
Makes sense.
But no, the most of the things that you're probably gonna have to deal with are the actual, like, dangers of the world and natural perils, and also the fact that everything is a lot, like, you're gonna have to climb on top of tables and stuff like that. Not being able to get
We're gonna try to find some better way of doing that.
Yeah. But like I said, this is basically just kind of like going through a dungeon-esque situation right now.
Yeah.
And once you start actually going somewhere and doing stuff, that's gonna change a lot of things.
Definitely.
But I'm looking forward to you guys actually leaving the bar.
Yeah.
It's
gonna happen.
I wasn't sure if you guys weren't gonna do that now or not, but
Nah, we don't want to die in the weather.
yeah. But yeah, I feel like you guys would have even without the help of Harry and stuff, you would have figured out that you need supplies and some way of carrying them.
I mean, yeah. It's just our, bags and stuff would have been shit.
Yeah. I mean, they're a lot bigger than you now, so.
Yeah. No, I mean, the bags we would make, because we need to make bags to hold things.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the rope, it would be not good.
Yeah.
But Harry can probably make decent stuff.
Harry and, Harry has brains of one, so. But, Stephanie and Harry have the brains of one, but they're probably more skilled at this than you guys.
Yeah, they might have it, in proficiency or skills, and stuff like that. I also have a brain of 1. And I believe Styrman has a brain of 2, so
Yeah.
we're not very competent people.
Yeah, that is very true. But yeah, I expect, because next week when we do this, we're gonna have a guest. Shade's gonna be here. Shade's gonna be a guest character, and he'll maybe for maybe 1 or maybe 2 sessions, depending on how things go. But yeah, he's gonna be an interesting addition to the group. With
definitely.
With his with whatever he's gonna be doing, and whatever kind of person he's gonna be playing. I don't know. I'll be talking to him about that specifically. But that's one of the ways I'm gonna attempt to also keep things in this fresh. Is gonna have from time to time some guest people to play some interesting roles. But I expect us to, I expect you guys to kind of check out check the bar, figure out stuff that you want to do in the bar before you leave, and then head out. Because you're just starting to deal with the problems of you guys shrinking. There are a lot of problems that follow this dilemma that you're in, and seeing what the future dilemmas are going to be is going to be very interesting. However, before we call it, I'm going to find a name for the next session, which I think is going to be the Office Raid. So next time, next session, which is going to be a week from now on Wednesday, it's going to be session 3 of Size 0, and it's going to be named the Office Raid. Until then, I'm G20, also known as Godpool, and I was joined by my good friend Viggi, who played the role of Styrmir. We needed to leave a little bit beforehand, and Rai, who played our good friend Einar.
It has been an honor.
Yes. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.